Hey everybody, I want to do a quick demo here. This is a probably 1981-82 AKAI GX-77 with the cover. I apologize if it's hard to see. My lighting's not the greatest here. But this thing has new belts. It's been lubricated. It's been set with a MRL calibration tape. And let's just do a quick demo. So I've got YouTube on in the background. Let's do a recording. I'm also starting at the end of the tape. This deck has quick reverse, which is really cool, so you can see that. Let's let the song pick up here. That's what you're hearing off of the tape. That's the source. That's coming off of the tape. Now this thing will do auto reverse with sensing foil on the inside of the tape. How's that for quick? Let's see what we did. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the. It's got to be one of the fastest decks that they made. This deck will also do EE tape. It has a selection for normal or EE. That's also a pretty new feature. And one of the other things that's really cool about this deck is it has a upfront bias control. So you can do a large variety of different tapes. You know, Max L, TDK, whatever your flavor is, and you can adjust the bias right at the front. It'll do 3 3/4 and 7.5 inch as well. That's the load. Let's do some rewind here. There's probably test tones on here or nothing. And it does pretty well. Some of these AKAIs, these 7-inch reels, they have trouble when the reel's loaded. As far as rewind or fast forward, and you keep your tape post clean and everything. And while it does slow down at the very ends, I think it does pretty good. And I would expect it to be like it would be out of the box. So the motors are good in this thing. I don't think it's got very high mileage at all. The tape heads are in great shape, and of course they're the glass crystal ferrite heads. You can also put this thing on a lamp timer and set it to play when the power's on, or set it to recorded power on. That's their timer. And you can also set it as far as reversing. There's a 3-position switch here. So one position, it does not reverse at all. In the middle position, it'll reverse at the end of the tape and play it all the way forward again. And then the third selection is a loop. So if you have sensing foil at both ends of the tape on the inside of the tape, this thing will just sit there and play for hours. It'll play for days. They're pretty easy to load once you make sure there's a load button here. You make sure that the roller is down at the bottom. that's it. They're all one-touch controls as well. Now this, one thing that's interesting about this deck is there's no microphone inputs on here. There are headphones, but there's no microphone inputs. So I think the thing was called a, there's a unit that AKAI sold. I think it's an MM-77, but it's a microphone mixer. And you can use that with this. If you really want the deck, but you need microphones, then you need to get the mixer as well. So, as far as the condition of this thing, there are no cracks, no missing knobs. Everything matches. This thing is complete. There is a scratch here and a small scratch here in the black finish, as well as on the I don't, you probably can't see it, but I'll have it in the pictures. There's a little tiny dent here and another dent up top. But all that being said, for 1981, this thing is in excellent shape. I also rebuilt the capstan servo board on there. These things can have a problem where they won't hold their speed or they won't play at a certain speed, and this is all repaired and is working the way it should. Counter works. Everything is great on this machine. It's really a cool deck. Yeah, there's a little, there's some, I don't want to call it a scuff, but you can see where some of the black is wore off on the edge here. But just let it finish rewinding. These things will play with the lid closed. They really look cool. Can't play that too long. YouTube will strike me. Alright, well that's all I got. I appreciate you looking. Feel free to leave a comment. And you guys have great holidays. Take care.